Good day, viewers, and welcome to today's Sports Wrap Show. I am your host, Brian Munango, unpacking the latest sports news. Well, rugby action saw Unam beat Grootfontein in the Premier League, Reserve League, and Women's 15 as well. And as we move to Spain, who snatched Nations League glory on penalties against Croatia, and tenacious Pumas make a second successful final after beating Sharks. Well, with that, let's get into today's hit list. Well, the former champions and 2022 beaten finalist FNB Unam displayed the institutional big match temperament in responding to huge early pressure from host FNB Grootfontein on Saturday. The student team took more than half an hour to get on the scoreboard, while Grootfontein had taken a 12-0 lead. But the opportunistic players that were in the team came through, which earned them a convincing 44-17 win in the NRU that is. Well, let's take a look at those highlights.
Maar die bal wat dan lyk my weer verlore gaan. So hanteringsfoute dusver en wat afronding belemmer in hierdie wedstryd. Unam wat net so om die loskram dryf, dan spat hy los. Hy's in die hande van Grootfontein. En is 'n man wat daar gaan druk agter. Dis Christopher Dek.
Wag om oor te skop.
Die manne wat vorentoe kom om af te storm, maar dit maak geen verskil. Naby die doellyn. Hulle het nog steeds die bal in hand. Dek wat hom na die tuskant toe gooi. Nou aanval op aanval hier deur die tuisspan van Grootfontein. Ek kom hier na die buitekant toe en is die nommer 13 in die buitesenter. Dis die buitesenter Buruga Gaisep wat oor agter die loskram gooi hom ver na die binnekant toe. 'n Man wat daarso die verdedigers en die bal so amper saam kry. Skoor is Grootfontein wat moedig verdedig. Unam dryf weer vorentoe. Kuns het hom in die hande. Hou goed besit van die bal. En dan vind hy 'n gaping daar tussen die trek deur die verdedigers van Unam. Net die oomblik toe hom wil optel, toe word hy plat geduik daar deur die loskakel van Rooi en is Unam wat hom dan agteruit bring en deur die hande laat gaan. Gaan hulle 'n gaping kan vind hierso. En daai man het spoed. En hy wys so na die buitekant toe en kom na die binnekant toe en agter die skram. Hy is nie vorentoe geval daar nie en dan is dit Grootfontein. En is 'n man wat daar afrond met 'n groot duikslag en al die bal in die lug opgooi. En is Luis Talaya, soos Andrew vroeër gesê, dis 'n man wat vir Unam gespeel het van tevore. Talaya wat die doellyn terug na die binnekant toe weer deur Unam op die aanval en daar's niemand om daai aangeraak te vat nie. Maar hulle gaan haal hom weer hier agter Unam na die diskant toe, is heel agter saal. Hier na diskant toe, Sheriff Titus wat na sy binnekant toe gooi en is die 7 flank daar, Berry Gande wat nou afrond al na die diskant toe. Hier kom hy van Rooi, gee na sy binnesenter toe en hy gooi 'n paar jakkals draaie daar, Hannes Wenju. Hy bly by Unam, hulle probeer steeds 6 flank wat ook aangee na buitekant toe en dan druk hulle weer Skyns en dan word die bal onderskep deur Unam. En ek dink daar gaan bene wees om daai man te keer nie. Daar gaan nie bene wees om daai man te keer nie. Dis die nommer 14. Dis die nommer 14 wat gaan druk vir Unam. Matago.
Well, the FNB Women's Super League continued this weekend. In the first match, we saw Unam Bokkies beat Girls and Goals 1-0, and log leaders and soon-to-be crowned champions Tura Magic defeated V-Power 4-1. Well, here are some interviews from that match.
It's exciting. We've managed to retain the title, but there isn't anything exciting about the turnout today. We don't feel like champions yet. I think let's wait and see what happens after the last encounter.
We have one more match in hand. You guys already having won the league.
Yeah.
What more can we expect from Tura Magic?
Yeah, in as much as we've won it, for the sake of the league and for the sake of my team, we're still going to come out as we always have right from the onset and still go for maximum points.
Thank you, Dawana. The game was intense, obviously. Girls and girls came here to compete, but we took it one game at a time. My coach also always told me that it's all about who wants it more. So at the end of the day, maybe we wanted it more, and yeah, But I'm so grateful that I scored for the only winning goal, and yeah, one more game to go, so we wrap it up.
Okay, with only one more game to go before we conclude the Women's Super League, what can we expect from Unam Bokkies or you as an individual?
From Unam Bokkies, we just expect to win the one game that we are left with, and we hope it was a good season in total. So that's what we expect. We expect to win and then get maybe third position or fourth position. Whatever God give us, we are thankful for it.
Well, one of my favorite highlights from the weekend has to be the Unam Steenbokkies, as they show no sign of slowing down in the Namibia Rugby Union Women's 15th League, as they put inexperienced Grootfontein Bokkies to the sword in a 117-0 thrashing on Saturday. Well, after recording a home win against Kudu Bokkies the previous weekend, yet again it was Viola who was the showstopper, who was the girl of the show. Let's take a look at the video of her last weekend against Kudus. Well, that was one of the mistakes that she made last weekend at Unam. But here in Grootfontein, Viola did not come to play. She scored 4 tries and 12 conversions, and one of those tries she made up for what she did last weekend. Let's have a look. It's Viola. Well, I think we can all agree that that was job well done, and in the record thrashing for Unam Steenbokkies, that is. Well, the weekend drop is up next after we visit the marketplace. Well, the Rock and Rad Mountain Bike Club Nedbank cross-country competition took place at Kleine Cooper this past weekend. Let's take a look as Tillman reports.
I'm here at Kleine Cooper at the IGJ trials where the Rock and Rad cross-country champion competition, it's part of the championships taking place today. In the background is the elite men, junior men, under 23 men, under 16 boys. All the men are going to jumpstart for the last competition of the day before the relay teams get started. Nicola Vesta, welcome. Congrats with the win today in the elite women's category. How was the race?
It was very fun. It was a fun track, something different. Difficult, but it was a lot of fun. Everybody had actually good things to say.
Any flat tires?
Not for me, luckily, but there were quite a few today.
Yeah, apparently they saw with their me now.
Yeah.
Nicola, thank you very much. When is the next race?
The next race is on the 8th of July. Also here at Van Windhoek on IJG Trails.
Okay. Nicola, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just a minute.
Winner of the under 16 boys, Marco, how was the race today?
It was really good, hot and hard. Hectic start, so had to fight my way through everybody, and then finally found my rhythm, and then just kept it there.
But the change of the track today, a different venue as the normal starting grid.
Yeah.
So it made a difference.
Yeah, you could feel it. It's like into the red the whole time. Short recovery, and then you go again. So,
Go again.
Yeah.
Any flat tires for you today?
Yeah, 6 times it just blew off, and then it sealed again. Then, yeah, luck with that.
Marco, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Kevin Lower, congrats with winning the junior men's race and beating the elite men as well today. How was the track and the race itself?
Well, the track was weird for me. Not the typical cross-country course. Not with those many technical obstacles, and with only one really long climb. It was kind of a XC marathon for me today, but I really enjoyed it and love being back on home soil. Unfortunately, having a bit of bad luck with my puncture in lap 4, but managed to change that quickly, and yeah, then it was pushing hard all the way to the end for the last 2 laps.
How many punctures did you have?
Unfortunately, I had 1 puncture in the front. In the 4th lap, I unfortunately got a snake bite, and then yeah, I had to change my front wheel
as well. But Kevin, congrats.
Thank you.
Next time again.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, well, the youth segment of the show is up next with Spotify. Well, the MCB Indian Ocean Open golf tournament was held over 3 days from Friday until Sunday, with Namibia's Todd Parker emerging as the runner-up in the junior division and finishing in 5th place in the overall competition. Well, we have footage from that event, and please do enjoy.
Congratulations for this win, and how was the tournament? Is it your first time playing in Mauritius?
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's my first time in Mauritius. I had a very, very fun experience. This is a beautiful golf course. I really enjoyed the experience, and although I didn't win the overall prize, I'm still proud of myself for how I played, and it was very exciting for me.
So how did you hear about this tournament, and what motivated you to participate in it?
While I was in Uganda, I became friends with some of the junior Mauritian golfers who also competed in the Junior All Africa Challenge, and they invited us Namibians to come and compete in this tournament. And what motivated me to come here and win is that I believe that I could be better than everyone else, and unfortunately that wasn't the case this week, but I'm still proud of myself, and I'm glad that I was able to come out here to play this tournament.
How was your Mauritian experience in golf?
I've thoroughly enjoyed the experience. Everyone is so kind, everyone is so generous, and I'm very happy to have been here, and I'm very sad to be leaving tomorrow, but overall everyone was so welcoming, and I really, really enjoy the Mauritian crowd. It's very awesome.
How do you find the course, the golf course? It's easy, and I know that the 17th and the 4th hole is very difficult.
Yes, no, the golf course isn't easy at all, especially when it is very windy. However, I believe, well, I managed the course very well, and that's probably why I did quite well in the tournament. And I'm very proud of myself for the way I played, and the course itself is in really good condition. And yeah, the Mauritian Golf Federation did a very good job of hosting the tournament.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me once again.
Bon voyage.
Well, the Namibian played rounds of 74, 74 and 75 for a total of 223 shots. In the junior division, he was beaten only by Elise Baroumi of Tunisia on 219 shots. That placed him in overall second place. On his first golf trip to Mauritius, Parker played against full professionals that competed in the Sunshine Series in South Africa. Well, just to mention a few, that the kid is really on fire. Well, our Lajol rugby segment is up next.
It takes heart and all the soul. A head stuck in the game. It takes every bone in your body, all the blood in your veins. And then more blood, and more sweat, more tears, all your hopes and your dreams. It takes conquering fears. It's late nights and weekends, 6 to 6s, 9 to 5s. It takes sacrifice and suffering every moment of our lives. It takes kick after kick, being kicked when you're down. It takes fighting for hours for inches of ground. It takes every last line out, every last second spent. It takes absolute devotion. It takes 100%.
Well, we have news all the way from France as the French Rugby Federation announced it had appointed Florian Grill as its new president on Wednesday, less than 3 months out from hosting the Rugby World Cup. Well, Grill is also the head of Great Paris Rugby Committee and takes over from Alexander Martinez, who had been in temporary charge of the team that is. Well, hopefully that does not affect the team in any ways, as we can see that Rugby World Cup is fast and approaching. Well, Ariogat is on standby with Globetrotting.
This May, choose brand new. Choose drama and deceit.
I'm very attracted to you. Oh. Would you be interested in having an affair?
Choose fights and fallouts.
I won, and that was right.
I brought the heat. I mean, I'm gonna destroy you.
Choose truth and discovery.
I miss every day. I see her every day.
Choose fresh shows, series, and original entertainment. This May, choose brand new. Choose DSTV.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with MotoGP news, and it is Francesco Bagnaia that leads on 160 points. That's on the standards, the general classifications, that's after the German MotoGP Grand Prix. It was Jorge Martin that won the Grand Prix. He is from Spain. He drives on a Ducati, and Jorge Martin is now second on the overall list on 144 points. What happened in Germany is that Jorge Martin of Spain won a very tight race as always. It is Francesco Bagnaia of Italy second. They're both on a Ducati, and also on a Ducati in third position was Johan Zarco of France. Third on the general classifications at the moment is Marco Bezzecchi of Italy on 126 points. And Southern African interest, it is Brad Binder that remains in 5th position, or remains on 96 points. He's down to 5th position now. He unfortunately had a fall in the German Grand Prix. That was with a few laps to go still. He was in 3rd position then, and he had medical treatment as well after that fall. But he is okay, and he will be able to race in the next MotoGP coming up this week. The next one will be in the Netherlands. It's just across the border from Germany. It is in the northeastern side of Netherlands. It is called Essen, and it's called the TT Essen MotoGP, and that will be this coming Sunday, the 25th of June. Moving on to tennis news, a few tournaments that was played on grass. It's leading up to Wimbledon. That will start in a few weeks' time. And it is the Nottingham Open that was played. Men and women played in the tournament, or there was a men's and women's division. At the Nottingham Open women's final was contested between two players from Britain, the first time in 46 years that happened. And it is Katie Boulter of the UK, of Britain, that won the tournament. She beat Judy Bourage by 6-3 and 6-3 in the final. Lots of top seeds fell out early in the tournament. The number 1 seed was Maria Sakkari of Greece, and the number 2 seed in the tournament was Petrus Haddad-Maia of Brazil, but they fell out of the tournament quite early. In the men's side of the Nottingham Open, it was also Britain that won. It's Andy Murray. He beat Arthur Cassot of France in the final by 6-4 and 6-4. Not all the top players on the men's side of world tennis played in this Nottingham Open. Many of them played at the Stuttgart Open that also finished on Sunday. The winner there, Francis Tiafoe of the USA. He was the number 3 seed, and he beat unseeded Jan-Lennard Struff of Germany in the final 4-6, 7-6 and 7-6. The number 1 seed in this tournament was Stefanos Tsitsipas, but he fell out early in the tournament, and it was Jan-Lennard Struff that was unseeded in the tournament, did well to play in the final, and in the round of 4 in the semi-finals he beat Hubert Hurkacz. He was the number 4 seed. And closing off today's international sports news, it is golf news. It is the US Open that was just concluded on the men's PGA Tour. Wyndham Clark, he's the winner of the United States, and he moves up quite a bit on the world rankings. He gains 19 places. He moves up from number 32 in the world to number 13 in the world. That's his first major. He's 29 years old, and in the past he's played in 6 majors before this one. He only made 2 cuts, so it was a bit of a surprise for Wyndham Clark to win, but he did well. The best performance in a major before this win was tied for 75th. That was in 2021 in the PGA, so a great win for Wyndham Clark. What happened in the tournament was that he finished on 10 under par for the 4 rounds, 1 shot better than Rory McIlroy of Northern Ireland in 2nd position. It is Rory McIlroy that remains number 3 in the world with his 3rd position. Number 1 in the world is Scottie Scheffler of the USA. He was 3rd in the US Open on a total of -7. Number 2 in the world is Jon Rahm. He is from Spain. So that's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
Get real value for your money at WB. Grab 750-gram Ellis Brown creamer for $41.99. Wake up to 250-gram Recoffee for just $39.99. Get 2-kilogram Real Good mixed chicken for $86.99. Stock up with 500-gram Bacomo cornflakes for $32.99. And grab 1-liter Clover Numel for just $17.99. Now that's real value at WB. We care.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's Sports Wrap show. Sports Wrap will be back again tomorrow. Same time, same place. Goodbye.